lot of thrifting over the last week, and boy, have I got some things to show you. And I'm gonna make over a couple of the things that I've thrifted, so I can't wait to show you how those turn out. So let's go ahead and let me show you what all I've thrifted so that we can go ahead and get into some thrift makeovers. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. I have done a lot of thrifting, and actually I haven't even really done a lot of thrifting. It just seems that I have found a lot in the few places that I've been to in the last week. I have a couple of things that I want to make over, and I want to spend the majority of the time there. So let me go ahead and quickly get through the things that I've thrifted so that I can show you those thrift makeovers. I did get this Vera Bradley makeup toiletries jewelry travel bag. So I thought, and it's in really good condition, no stains, no tears. I don't even know that it was ever used. So I got this for myself. So this was a good buy. I got this pineapple salt and pepper shaker, and I got this from Goodwill, and these both have the stoppers. So hopefully this will sell in my booth. I went to an estate sale on, you know, I always go on Sundays. I went to one on Sunday, and there, I've never seen a house with this much stuff. And when I walked in, they were handing out bags, and they were just saying, fill a bag for $10. So I was gonna get as much into each bag as I could. So I left with 2 bags. I got this basket, this little Christmas tree. I love this basket. I got this really pretty baby blanket, and I've already washed it and laundered it. It looks to be in good condition. I don't see any tears or anything. So this is gonna go in my booth. I couldn't believe I found milk glass that was in good condition. This is Indiana milk glass. This is a creamer and sugar set. They had 7, I wish they would have had 8, but they only had 7 of these really pretty milk glass tumblers. So I got all 7 of those. At another estate sale, I found this apron. I just thought this apron was really cute, so I'm gonna launder it, and this will go in my booth. I think I'm gonna start trying to find aprons and start selling those. So this will be my first one. I found this wood leaf, and this was at Goodwill for $1. I got it for a makeover. So this will be a makeover project for the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned. This was one of those items that I got in the 2 bags, and it's in really good shape. This was another one of those items that I got in the bag. I'm gonna clean it up real good and put it in my booth at Christmas. I got these 2 items on half price at Goodwill, and they were $2.50 each. Both are in good condition, and they'll go in my booth at Christmas time. This was another one of those items I stuffed in my bag. Yes, I did fit it in the bag, and this fit nicely in the bag with that milk glass pitcher, which I'm fixing to show you. This will be a project at Christmas, so I got that for that. I picked up this frame at a Goodwill, and I got it on half price. So I only paid $1 for it. And this is a really good frame that is gonna be great for painting and using waxes to highlight details. So this is gonna be a fun project, not today, but in the future. I found these 3 wood rounds at St. Vincent de Paul. I got each of them for 25 cents. So these are gonna be great project pieces for the future. I found these these were in that house, so I got them as part of the 2 bags. Now, I'm sure these aren't butter pats, but they're the size of butter pats, so I got them for my own personal use for display purposes. So, and the reason I don't feel like they're butter pats is because you can see the round circle in the middle, which lets me know they're either part of a Demitasse cup and saucer set or like a child's teacup and saucer set. But I like the fact that they are white, so they'll go in my cabinet really well, and there were 6 of them. So I got these as part of that bagged deal. I saw this little doily and I threw it in the bag, so that was in the bag of $10. I found this Lefton ashtray. For whatever reason, ashtrays have been selling in my booth. So Cobalt Blue also sells. So I figured I would go ahead and pick it up. I cleaned it up real good. It's actually pretty. So I guess people buy them for trinket trays. So I got this, so I'll put this in my booth. I got this from Salvation Army. I think I paid $5 for it. So this will go in my booth. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put feet on the bottom just so it can maybe sit on a countertop, or if I'm just gonna leave the hangers on the back. I'm not sure yet. So this is just gonna be kind of on hold for now. This is gonna be a project piece. I got this at a different estate sale. I got this for $2. So I'm gonna make this over. It's a really nice box, and I'm excited to share with you kind of what I'm going to turn it into. I've been seeing some projects using these, and I found this one for 75 cents at St. Vincent de Paul, so I picked it up. I found this at St. Vincent de Paul, yeah. And it was $4, but this frame looks really old, and the back of it looks really old too. You can tell that it was taped a long time ago because the tape is actually kind of crispy. And the way it was wired it was a while back that it was wired. But the frame, I don't know if you can see how old it looks. And then the print is really pretty. So I don't know. I just thought it was really pretty and I couldn't let it sit there. So I got it, it'll go in my booth. This is that milk glass pitcher that I also put in a bag. So this was part of that 2 bags for $20. So this is really pretty. So this will go in my booth. I just thought this was really pretty. And I got this for, I think it was either $1 or $2, but I just thought this was really pretty. And this will go in my booth, I think, or I may put it on eBay. I don't know. I've been thinking about maybe posting things that I make, and you'll have to let me know what you think in the comments. Things that I make on my channel, or things that I find on my thrift hauls. Listing them on Marketplace, but giving a shipping option so that if someone on my channel or one of my subscribers sees something that they like, that they want to purchase, I can put that listing in my description box and they can have the option to buy it. Let me know what you think about that. I don't know. Just let me know what you think. I've never really carried dishes in my booth, but this is a very dish heavy haul. I found Corningware, and these are the petite pans. I found 4 of them at Salvation Army. So I picked these up, and they're all in really good condition. No stains, no chips, so no cracks. So these are gonna go in my booth. I found these adorable baskets for 4th of July, and these are staying with me. I just think they're adorable. This one has a little handle, and these were only $2 each, and they're in perfect condition. So I can't wait to decorate for Memorial Day and for 4th of July with these. I found this at St. Vincent de Paul, and This actually had some Sharpie marker on the top, and I managed to get most of it out. There's a hint of a shadow on the top, so I'm gonna put it in my booth and see if it'll sell as is, but very vintage. And it's in good condition other than the shadow of the Sharpie marker, but I got most of it out. So anyway, I couldn't believe it was there. I don't ever find Tupperware. And then I really couldn't believe when I walked in Salvation Army and found these. I found this bowl. I found this bowl. And I found this bowl. And all three bowls are in very good condition, no chips, no cracks, no stains. So these have already gotten cleaned up and they're gonna go in my booth as well. Then I found this at Salvation Army and I just thought this was cute. Now this, I have the cover off of it. I've cleaned this, I've sanitized it, I've set it outside in the sun. And I'm washing the cover that was on it, but the cover is just kind of like a plain, like terry cloth cover. And I think I might do some kind of DIY to make it cute, but this is in really good condition. So I thought this would be either a great baby doll bed or a small pet bed. So this is gonna go in my booth as well. Then at one of the estate sales, I found this table, or I saw this table, and I asked the lady if it was for sale, and she actually said it technically wasn't. It was hers that she used for display, but she sold it to me anyway. So this is actually going to go in my booth for display. So I only paid $15 for it, but this is gonna be a good display table, as well as another table. This is probably gonna just be for display as well, even though it's in good condition structure-wise, and it's got a drawer, but it does have some bubbles on it that I just don't think I can fix. But it's gonna be a good display, display table. So, and I got it for $15. So I thought that was a good deal. Now, let's go ahead and get into some thrift makeovers. I'm gonna go ahead and paint this in the Waverly chalk paint in the color Moss. I just want to take a minute to say a quick thank you to everybody that has been supporting my channel. You come and you watch my videos. It really means so much, and I can't believe that I am almost at 10,000 subscribers. I'm so close, you guys. So if you are new to my channel and you like what you've seen so far, then I would love it if you would go ahead and click that subscribe button and help me out to reach that goal. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start distressing the tray. And obviously, if you don't like the distressed look, then you can skip this step. But I'm just using a baby wipe to go around the edges and just give this a little bit of a distressed look. Now that I have it distressed just a little bit, I'm gonna go over it with a coat of clear wax, and then I'm gonna use a dry shop towel to wipe back the excess. Now I do wanna highlight these veins, so I'm gonna use this Waverly Antique Wax and a very small paintbrush. And I'm just gonna go in the veins, just as as precise as I can. I know it's not going to be perfect, but I am going to use whatever is, you know, whatever kind of goes on the outside as sort of an aging a little bit, I guess, to go along with the distressed. Once I finished doing all of the veining, I took a baby wipe and I used it to sort of dab around to kind of dab away the extra, and it basically gave me the aged look that I was looking for. So this is how it turned out, and I really like the way it looks. I love the veining in it, and I think that the paint actually, I think it looks so much better painted because it really brings out obviously the detail of the veining. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments. Now for this box, I am going to make this into something that was inspired by something that I saw on someone's channel, and her channel is Farm Fresh Design 59, and I'll leave her channel link in my description box. But she's been making boxes, and they're such sweet boxes, and this one is sort of inspired by one of her boxes that's called a blessings box. And I just think this is such a neat idea, and I'm gonna turn this into sort of a blessings box, and it's gonna go in my booth, and I'm gonna write a little note so that whoever buys it, they could buy it for, you know, someone that's fixing to get married, or someone that, you know, for Mother's Day, or, you know, whatever, that someone can keep things that are special to them in this box. I'm gonna start by painting it. I'm gonna paint it inside and out. I'm gonna paint it with Dixie Belle in the color Drop Cloth. And it's hard to tell because it's all black, but on each corner there is a metal sort of guard, I guess. So I'm having to be careful, and I'm using a small paintbrush to paint around those edges. And if I do get any on the metal, I could just wipe it away with a baby wipe. But I'm starting out by painting around all of those edges first. Then I paint the inside, and I'm probably only going to do one coat on the inside, but the outside is definitely going to take 2 coats of the paint. I have these little wooden knobs that are flat on one end, and I'm going to paint them with the color ink, the Waverly paint in the color ink. And I'm just going to put each one on a skewer and paint it. But these are going to go on the bottom of the box just because I want the box to be elevated and I want it to look like it has feet. So I'm going to get these painted and let those dry. Once they're dry, I put them on the bottom of the box in each corner with some wood glue. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Rub and Buff, and I'm going to use it on all of the black on the metal pieces, as well as the feet on the bottom. And I am going to use it on this little piece of metal that I took off of a piece of furniture when my husband and I flipped some furniture, because I'm going to use it on the top as well as this knob that I'm going to use on the top. So all of this is going to get some of this gold Rub and Buff, and this is in the antique gold. I felt like the easiest way to get in those corners was to just take an index card, split it in half, and just back it up into each corner. And then I used it around the edges of this little latch in the front. And then once I got to the bottom, I used those cards around the little feet as well, just to kind of create like a little V and get on the bottoms of the knobs without getting it on the paint. But these little index cards helped me out a lot. We figured out where the center of the box was, and then I enlisted the help of my husband to drill a hole in the top. Now, it did kind of tear a little bit underneath, so I had to fix that with some wood glue, but then I just screwed the knob on and got that attached. Now I'm going to go in with some transfers, and I'm using the Fairy Tale Florals set by IOD. And basically, I have just picked out a bunch of different pieces from the set. And there was really no rhyme or reason. I just kind of placed them where I felt like they flowed. I cut apart where, one may have gone over a metal piece. And that's the great thing about these transfers. You can cut them apart and just kind of replace them where you need them. But I just placed them where they're kind of flowing over the sides, flowing around the edges. But I, just basically wanted to just cover the front and the top, and then a little bit of the sides with these transfers. So even on the part where the top meets the bottom, where the lid is, I just had to hold the lid in place. And then once I got the transfer all set down, then I just took my little scissors and went over it real carefully and, cut that apart. But the transfers are so simple to use. If you've never used them before, they are super simple to use, and it makes crafting so easy. Once I got all the transfers down, you do have to go over the transfers with a sealant. So I just went over the entirety of the box with a clear wax, and I wiped back the excess with a dry shop towel, and this project is done. And this is how it turned out. This is just amazing to think what some paint and some transfers can do. But I just love the way it turned out. The florals are just beautiful. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments. Before we take one final look at all of the projects, let me share a Bible verse with you. And this comes from John 16:33. And these are the words of Jesus. It says, "These things I have spoken to you, so that in me you may have peace. In the world you have tribulation, but take courage. I have overcome the world." I hope this blesses you in some way today, and I want to thank you so much for stopping by and watching my videos. If this is your first time here, thanks so much for stopping by. And if you like this sort of content, thrift makeovers, thrift hauls, home decor, then I would love it if you would stick around and become a part of my YouTube family. I'm so close to reaching 10,000 subscribers, which I can't even believe that. But by you clicking that subscribe button, you would definitely be helping me out. But make sure you also click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And I would love it if everyone would give this video a big thumbs up, because it does help me out with YouTube. And if you want to see more videos like this, then go ahead and check out the boxes that you see on the screen right now. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.